We'll be starting laying down lengthways on our rollers. And her tail near at one end, and the head goes back on the other. And then once you're down, allow the shoulder blades to sink down around the curves of the roller. And your spine centered here, a little lift at the waistline, a little lift at the back of the neck. But the rib cage is rounded, the weight is deeper towards the floor, so falling a little bit away from the ribs. And then you're balanced right on your sacrum, feet about 4 to 6 inches apart, and then feet slightly forward at the knees. And then you can take a ball between your thighs if you want a little bit more stabilization and a little bit more work to your inner thigh muscles, and then opening the arms out to the side, back of the hands to the ground. So your arms sort of in a T position. And then we're just going to tip the body to the right and then slide across the top of the roller and tip the body to the left. So we're moving the torso a little bit, leaving the feet where they are, the knees pretty much where they are, and the back of the hands grounded here. So as you go from side to side, the anchor of the hand gives you a bigger stretch into the upper arm, into the armpit, into the pec. So just breathe as you do this. Maybe inhale to one side, exhale to the other. If you feel you want more stability, take the feet wider. Even if you're squeezing the ball, you can angle the feet out to the side a little further towards the edges of your mat. And going side to side, notice how the roller like smooths the middle of the back, the space between your blades, and pushes the blades sideways laterally. So you get a little shove of the shoulder blade away from the spine. And then as you roll the other direction, it sort of comes back where it normally belongs. Being on the roller gives you a little awareness here of what's on the back of your body, and in particular, the scapular position relative to your ribs. We'll finish this up and then come back to center. Really let your toes spread. Picture your feet sinking into the ground, and we cup the palms like you're holding a ball in each hand and lift those balls up. Wrap the arms around the air right over your chest, big hug, and then exhale, pull the arms slowly open and down. So you feel that you're steady here on top of the roller. The blades hugging the roller help you stabilize, and lift the arms again. So the blades move sideways as the arms move up, the chest narrows a little bit as the back broadens. And then let the arms descend, but slower than gravity would like to drop them to the floor. So you pay out the arm, and working the arm at the top eccentrically to lower it, and then concentrically to lift. The slower you go on the way down, the more toning you'll get in the arm. Of course, you can also do this with hand weights. Just remember that when you move slowly, the weight feels a lot heavier. So next we curl the arms up, big embrace, and then point the fingers to the ceiling. Exhale and let the shoulders melt down, down, down to the ground. With the arms straight, we're now going to pull the fingers up like it's piercing the ceiling with the fingertips, and the shoulders shrug up. And then exhale, release the blades down so the collarbones widen. And then as you inhale, let the arms rise, and ends of the collarbones smile up towards the sky. Exhale, so the roller blades, so the move down, but also in to hug the roller beneath you. And shrug the shoulders again. This is going to tug into the back of your neck, giving it a little stretch. And then as the arms descend, you might feel, besides the broadening of the chest, you might feel a little stretch in the throat. That's because the neck muscles are often attached to the collarbones in the front and to the shoulder blades in the back. So letting the arms glide upwards, reach for the sky. The back gets a little rounder as the blades move up and around the side ribs, and then exhale, widening the chest as the blades descend. We'll turn the palms forward, and then exhale, lengthen the arms long at your side, reach forward with the fingertips to the end of your mat. Then we lift the arms up to the ceiling, weight in the shoulder blades. Think of the blades sliding down towards your hips as the arms go back slowly. Only go as far as the ribs stay grounded here, no additional arch in the spine, just the one that you had when you got onto the roller, and then lift the arms. And exhale, place the arms long and the palms heavy spread open into the mat. We're gonna lift again, pulling up and away from gravity, almost weightless at the top, and then you reach it back. The blade sliding down away from your ears so your neck is long. And then we're pulling the arms up again. And exhale, breathe out as the arms float. There's going to be an inhale up to 90 degrees. And an exhale back with the arms suspended off the ground, arms sort of by your ears. So that's stretched in your lat and the back of your body. And then we pull the arms forward and exhale all the way down. From here, right hand to right shoulder, left hand to left shoulder, elbows bent, and scoop the elbows in by your waist, elbow circles, up, around, back, and down, and then through center again. So one breath per circle, nice and slow, nice and smooth. Imagine that the arms are drawing exactly symmetrical circles at the same time, so they're synchronized in their movement. They're symmetrical in their shape and size. So you're getting the same work in both shoulder joints and the same stretch at different parts of the arm musculature. So all the way up, around, and down, shrugging the shoulders, and then reverse. So allow the shoulder blades to move, to shrug up by your ears, and then to sink down towards your hips. So you really feel the blades moving underneath your body on top of the roller to get a nice deep tissue massage here. We often lock down those muscles between the shoulder blades in the effort to hold the whole body upright with our shoulder girdle. Does it really work? But it will make those muscles really tight and tense. Here's the chest, let them go. Breathing here, every circle, one inhale, and then a longer exhale. Come to the top, reverse. Shrugging the shoulders, keeping the ribs calm and steady. Feet are grounded, even imagine it just spreading, and the floor coming up between the toes like sand between your toes at the beach. You breathe in deeply, completely as if you're smelling the salt air, and then exhale it out from the belly, sink down and deep towards your spine. One more circle, all the way around, and then back in, and then extend the arms forward, lengthen the fingers for the end of the mat. And we do full arm circles, arms lift up and then back by your ears. Palms stay to the ceiling as you circle out wide around and forward, spread the fingertips, spread the palm. At the end of the movement, turn the palms down, and we go again. Hugging the ball if you're using it, be aware that that's going to help you find the inside edges of your feet. So even if you're not using a ball between your thighs, you can press into the big toe ball of the foot and the big toe and the inner edge of each heel so that you are balanced here through your knees, through your hips, through your feet. One more, drawing your body open to the ceiling as the arms reach back. Exhale, spread your arms out to the side walls and then bring them long down past the end of the roller. Let's reverse, palms up to circle out. Lift the arms as they go past a T position with your arms, and then exhale, dive the arms forward, push the air out of your lungs, the belly sinks down, and then we circle again. Big reach, and exhale, deep long exhale. Two more like this, the arms cut through the air like knives. And again, they're in perfect symmetry, really aligned, and one more. Exhale, and then navel draws deep towards the spine as you exhale completely. Now arms up in the air, bend the elbows wide for diamond arms, thumbs connect, index fingers connect. And we inhale, take that diamond shape back to frame your face. The blades slide towards the waistline. Exhale, pull the arms forward, flip the hands over the low belly. And then we sweep back again. Maintaining the shape of that diamond here as it moves through the air, forward and back. You might even imagine the breeze catching it to push it away and then more gently towards the ground. And then air lifting from the ground to push that diamond shape up. And as the air starts to lessen the breeze, the arm sinks towards the ground. One more. A little bit of a wind gust to lift the arms up, and the air dies down, the arms lower. All right, let's take the arms at your side, do a little rocking back and forth again. We massage out that SI joint. Be really aware of what it feels like in your sacrum. And then we can slide on off of the roller. And let's take it here, under your legs. We're going to take it under the hips for a couple of exercises here before we get back into the Pilates sequence. So going down with the spine, articulate it down with control, roll the hip back, and lift the hips up, the roller across the sacrum, the widest part of the hip. Pull one knee in on the inhale, exhale, bring the other one up to join it. Be sure it feels like it's the right place. You can always adjust the roller if you need it. And hold the outer edges of your roller. Inhale, let the knees tip to the right, and you turn the hips to the left. See how far you can go while keeping the shoulder blades grounded. And exhale, pull that right hip bone up to lift the knees back to center, and then inhale, let the knees fall to the left. Your head turns to the right. So that diagonal stretch across your back, across the abs, and the lengthening of that right side seam. Exhale, push in and down into your roller with your arms, coming up at the leg. And then inhale, let the knees fall over to the right. The pelvis rotates, the left hip is rising, coming over and across the body to bring the knees down. And then the right hip bone gets pulled up by your oblique abdominals to bring yourself back on top of the sacrum, knees to the ceiling. And then the right oblique still pulls over to the left to bring the left knees all the way down. Right shoulder blade still connected to the back. Big exhale to lift up. And inhale to sweep the knees over to the right again. We're going to stay here in circles, so you might want to adjust the height of the knees. And then just keep the knees together, just circle the legs, smooth and slow in one direction around the circle. And then reverse the circles. Trying to find a place in the glute that needs this release, needs this massage. And then we come back to center and then tip to the left. And you'll know the spot when you find it. And circle. It's more a question of, is the intensity too much? If so, ease away, go into the neighborhood, but not directly onto the epicenter of that part that needs it. Give the muscles a chance to relax and warm up a bit. And then we're going to reverse the circles. You can narrow into the epicenter as things start to release. Or if it feels great, just go right for it. Okay. And then coming back to center, we'll lift the legs up to the ceiling, stretch the back foot, stretch your hamstrings, and maybe tip the heels back a little bit more over your face if that's what you need for a bigger stretch. At the very least, the legs should be vertical, and you can always bend your knees slightly and bring the shins back a little closer to change the angle, but as long as you still feel that stretch in the back of your thighs and the hamstrings. See how that goes. And then we're going to bring the right leg closer to your right shoulder and the left leg forward, out and down into your scissor split. And wiggle your toes a little bit, and then switch your legs. Right leg forward, left leg back. As you switch, we want the feet to be about 4 to 6 inches apart. The legs are going to stay in that lane as they go forward and back. Really watch when the leg goes forward and down, that any tightness in the lateral leg, like a T-band, you'll want to pull the leg sideways, Keep pulling it back in, engaging some through your inner thigh muscles. And we switch as we inhale for one breath, one movement, and then exhale for the next. Take your time, feel the stretches, and then we're going to switch one more time, the right leg back over your chest. And now circle the legs out wide around to the side. We're drawing a semicircle with each foot to draw a circle on the ceiling, and reverse it. The legs should rotate a little externally as they move out to the side, or internally to bring them back to neutral at the top of the movement. And circle again. Take your time, go through every point of the circle. Not speeding up or slowing down. Just a pause at the end and then start it up again. And then let's lift both legs up. Take an exhale, bend your knees and lower your feet to the mat. We're going to stand at the feet, lift the hips to rotate the circle, or not the circle, the roller to a different spot across your sacrum. And now from here, stretch your right leg down the mat. If it seems like really tight in your back, if your back is overarching, you'll pull the left knee into your chest and hug it in, or alternatively, bend that right knee slightly. Now lift the right arm up and back by your ear. Really open up that right front line of your body. You can even sway your hips a little bit side to side to get a deeper stretch across the hip bone crest. All right, and then bring the right arm back, slide the right foot back, bending that right knee, feet aligned. And now let's stretch the left leg forward. Again, you would have the option of bringing that right knee into your chest to diminish the curve in your low back. Find the position you like, and then take the left arm back by your ear. Now we're opening up the whole left side. Imagine the hip bone crest is the highest point of the body here, and the whole body descends away from that point, down the legs and off and over the toes, down through the torso, and along the arm, and then off the fingertips. And again, if you want, do a little bit of rocking here, side to side. See if you feel a little bit of a stretch around hip bone crest and the waist. Right, and then slide that foot back. We're lifting the hips up and taking the lower out. Right. So extending the legs forward, lift the arms up to the ceiling for roll up. We're going to reach the arms back by the ears, legs together. Bring the hands up, start to lift the head, neck, and shoulders. That's your inhale. Exhale now, pick up the rib cage. Suck the waist back forward over your legs. Bend the knees as necessary. You can also add ankle weights here around your ankles. Driving your hips forward, looking down into your abs. Reach forward through the soles of the feet. We'll stack the spine up. Come upright to sit right up on your sits bones, the shoulders drop. Follow with a smile, and then look down. Curve your way down. Energy pouring out from your hips, down your legs, out through the soles of your feet. Come down, checking that you're working each side, right and left, contributing to the work. Your arms glide back, yawning your body open to the ceiling, and we rise again. You lift the arms, head, neck, shoulders, look down, your nose towards your abs. Round forward, so the head leads your body forward in a curve. Coming up, up, up. C curve spine, the weight pulls back as you dive forward. Maybe bending the knees a little bit as you stretch here, just like in the hamstrings. And then let's stack the spine all the way up. As you lift your gaze to the horizon, the blades fall behind you. Lift the arms a little bit more if you want a little more challenge. Look down, curl the tail up towards your gaze. And then you're rolling past the sits bones onto the glutes. Lower the arms as you need to, so you have full control on the way down. imprinting the spine vertebra by vertebra, and hopefully working both sides of the body, not just relying on your stronger side. So we're coming on up again. Moving this slowly so you feel every inch of the move, right? The shoulders come a little forward, so the sternum is dropping down towards your spine as you go into flexion of the upper back. We pull the waist back. Navel pulls back towards the back here. And dive forward, feel that stretch. Maybe you missed this last week, it's possible. And then you're gonna roll back again. Take your time, starts with the pelvic tuck. You sink behind your sits bones onto the glutes. The legs stretch away from you as a counter force. You're coming down, down, down. If you know one side doesn't like to participate, ask it to help out. All the way down here, drawing your body open. And we're gonna lift one more time to come up and then move into hundreds. Big exhale to lift the ribs off the mat. Think of every line of your abdominal wall picking up a different vertebra. And as you pounce over, stretch your back by lifting the tail and dropping your head and sucking the waist back like there's arms around you, pulling you to the wall back. And then we're going all the way upright. All right, so for hundreds, you can just start upright on your sits bones again, best posture, almost like the tail's lifting up the wall behind your body, extending arms forward, and again, look down as you curl the tail forward and up the wall. Like a paintbrush going up the wall ahead of you. You're going back down to the tip of the blades, holding the knees in, extending the arms long parallel to the ground, and extending the legs up if you want to your working level. Start pumping the arms, inhaling and exhaling here. There should be a little press through the feet. You feel the edges of the feet together maybe, or a press through the knees, or both. If you had a ball, you could also take that between your thighs and squeeze that there so you get a little bit more work inner line of your thighs here. And even that will encourage the low abdominals and the pelvic floor to engage. Meanwhile, we're curling up, the shoulders slightly rolled in. So the shoulder blades on your back pull apart. You can stand onto those upper ribs. Like an active push of the air into the lungs and out of the lungs. One more breath. Gaze stays down so that you can keep the back of your neck stretched and the front of your neck as soft as possible, and then fold the knees in and lay your head down. Hug the knees in tight to your body. If the knee flexion is an issue, hold onto the back of your thighs so the knees aren't as tightly compressed. And you can just rock a little bit side to side here. Turn your head away from the angle of your knees. Give your neck a little bit of a break. And then we're reaching for our therabends. To take the center of the band on the right foot, on the ball of the foot, and the top of the arch. Okay, choke up on the band and pull the elbows down into the mat by your waist. Sliding that left leg forward. When you lift this right leg up to the ceiling, maybe it has a little bend in the knee to have the leg vertical, maybe a big bend in the knee to have the leg vertical. That's all good. And then we're going to straighten the knee, maybe lower the foot slightly, reach forward through the ball of the foot. Walk your elbows down so the shoulders are relaxed, and then we circle the leg across the body. Both hips are heavy. Inhale, right leg moves to the left, it goes low. Exhale, rotate it, take it out to the left. And then across. Keep pushing forward with the foot out into space. And keep pulling back with the hip bones into the mat surface. So you feel that tug, that pull as you work in both directions simultaneously, out through the leg, back through the pelvis. And reach again. Try to enjoy the stretch. Your leg feels like it's free to actually lengthen and move through the space around you. We want a short, deep inhale for the first quarter or third of the circle, and then a long exhale all the way around and up to the top. We'll come to the top, pause, and reverse it. So we rotate the leg externally, it moves to the right, you go down low. Toes point up at the bottom, internally rotate to cross. toes point back over your face as it comes to the top. And again, left side really heavy, drop it into the ground as the right leg moves out to the right. Then we have the whole right side that's connected to the floor, pressing into the ground as the leg moves left. 2 more. Have the shortest possible inhale and then the longest possible exhale. So you really feel the knitting together of the low abdominal wall at the end of the exhalation. That's your transverse abdominal muscle doing its job of forcing the exhale. All the way around, you feel the belly tighten, tighten, tighten as you lift the leg high. Now from here, we take both ends of the band in the right hand, anchor the right elbow at your side, extend the left arm out across the mat, and then take your right leg out to the side without tipping the pelvis. So you get heavier on the left side the further the leg moves to the right. And then you can rock the leg gently, slowly, smoothly. Bend the knee if you want to, if that feels better. And just get a nice stretch in your upper inner thighs and across the front of the pelvic girdle. You can always take your left hand to the hip bone crest to really anchor it back down and get more stretch. Exhale, let's bring the leg up to the ceiling. When it's vertical, whether it's bent or straight, we're switching hands. So the left hand holds the strap. Extend the right arm out. You get a 90-degree angle from the torso. Look at that hand, and as you slowly bring the leg across, you can go past the hip being anchored and start lifting the hip. Keep the right shoulder blade grounded. Reach out to the center of the sole of the foot, and then rotate that leg internally to get more stretch into the glute, more stretch into the low back. Meanwhile, pull that right foot towards your left shoulder. You can fine-tune this to get the stretch that works for you. And now we're unwinding, start at the left shoulder, think of going diagonally down and across the body. So you bring the waist down, the hip down, and when the hip is fully grounded, the leg is vertical here at the top. We're going to walk the hands up towards the foot, along the band. Bend your elbows a little bit, pull your head and chest forward and up to a nice upper curl as you pull the leg back in over your torso. Feel that work in your upper abdominals and the stretch in the hamstring. And then release your head back, release the leg forward, pull the knee in. The band comes off. Just pull that knee in as tight as possible to your right chest. And then a little bit to the right armpit. Release it back to the chest wall. And then slide that leg forward parallel to the other one. Shake out the legs. And when they relax, feel the difference in the 2 legs, length, weight, energy level, even like relaxation across the top of the foot into the toes. You also may find that the right side feels heavier than the left, like it's closer to the ground. So now we're working on the left. So you can pull that knee in and place the band around the ball of the foot in the arch. Check up on the band as you lift the leg high. And again, we're trying to get the leg vertical so it's not overarching the back, which means that you can bend the knee as long as you still feel the stretch in the back of the leg. Breathe into it. If it's not enough of a stretch at vertical, bring it closer to your chest. I know, we all wish, right, for more stretch there as we can find it. So now from here, we're just going to have a soft point with the foot, lower leg slightly, and we circle across the body. Short, deep inhale as the left leg travels to the right. Bring it down low, pivoting here from the elbow, keeping the wrist as straight as you can. You circle around to the left and up to the ceiling. Remember, we're working through the oblique abdominals and the muscles in our back to hold the pelvic girdle steady, regardless of the position of the leg and the weight of your leg. So you breathe into your lungs and feel the whole chest and the abdominal wall expand. Exhale, the navel pulls it deep and down. As the air leaves your lungs, the ribs also knit in around that area. So we're going to press further and further out with the foot. Exhale around up to the top. Now, as your breathing gets a little deeper, you might shorten the inhale and then lengthen the exhale so that you maintain the challenge of using 1 circle per breath, 1 breath per circle, 1 more circle back. Because the shorter the inhale, the longer the exhale, the more you're gonna feel that knitting, that tightening up of the lowest abdominal muscle. Let's reverse out to the left, right side heavy. Go long and low, drive the leg across, holding that left hip rounded, pull the leg up and reach again. The rotation of the leg in the hip socket really adds to the ease of movement in the hip joint. It helps you oil up all the synovial fluid inside there. So movement is a pleasure and not a pain. All the way around we go. Lift it to the top, feel the weight of the leg fall deep into the hip joint. And then one more circle. One more breath. The longer exhale tightens up the abs. Now we'll take the ends of the band in your left hand. Anchor the elbow, press down to the right hip bone, and open the leg out to the left. You can turn your head away, don't want to look at my class. And then we're rocking the leg here, slightly towards the shoulder, towards the armpit and away. So that inner thigh stretch and the work of not letting the body tip to that left side. And then exhale, pull the leg up, switch hands at 90 degrees, cross the leg over, extend the left arm out, away from the body, look over the fingertips, stretch them into the ground. And then we gradually tip the body up with the hip, thinking eventually the pelvis will be parallel to the wall. Yeah. And then the chest will be parallel to the ceiling. Working towards a really deep rotation through the spine here. Stretch the leg away, bend the knee as you need to, and pull the heel towards your right shoulder. Exhale, unwind the body, coming down, right shoulder, waist, left hip. And then we'll pull the leg up, bend the knee if you need to, and walk your hands up as high as possible. You go and stretch even into the elbow. And then lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Bend the elbows, pull yourself up. Try to lift your sternum towards the inside of the leg. Pull the leg back and the chest forward and higher up with the head. The gaze is still down, look towards your navel. Knee bends as necessary. Try to lift up through the head so you're not just hanging from the strap. And then release back down and fold the knee into your chest. We'll take the bend off to the side. Hug the knee into your body. And then pull it to the left armpit while the right side again stays glued to the mat here. Bring the leg back aligned with the chest. Tug it in. And then extend it forward. Stretch it out. Shake the legs out. And let them just relax and fall open. They'll naturally want to externally rotate, that's fine. With your hands on your hip bones, feel how the hip bones have spread open diagonally. Instead of pointing so much directly to the ceiling, now they're moving out to the sideline. All right, and then legs together. We're going to roll up again. Rolling like a ball comes next. So we lift the arms, tip the head up off the ground, down your nose towards your belly, pull up, big exhale, round over, stretch, reach for your toes, suck the weight back. And then stacking your spine, you'll come forward to the front third of your mat. Edges of the feet together. You have the option to take a ball here between your thighs. And you can either hold on to your shins or a little easier against your thighs. So from that position, curl the tail up, suck the waist back. So your back becomes more rounded like you're inside a ball, or you are a ball. Your feet come up, elbows wide and forward. And then we inhale, lift the tail, roll back to your shoulder blades. Head and neck stay off the ground. Exhale, come forward and back where we started. So we roll again. Hips in the air, and then shoulders and head in the air. Keep looking at your belly. If you look up as you go back, you want to look at the ceiling. Don't recommend it because if you flattened your spine, it's going to be really hard to roll. You won't be able to. And again, turn back now. Dive forward. And one more time. Really keep that press of the hands into the leg and the leg out into the hands. So we can move a little bit back. And take your right hand right above the right ankle, your left hand right below the right knee. Pick up that foot, start rolling back, push the leg into your hands into the leg, and the left leg floats up as you come back down to your upper curl. Pull that knee into your chest nice and tight. Again, making allowances for your knees. Inhale, let's switch the legs. One goes forward and long, the other pulls in nice and tight. And we switch. Then inhale for one leg and exhale for the other. Use the connection of your hand to your leg and the elbows pulling wide and forward to maintain that upper ab curl and maybe increase it. And feel that you're resting here on sort of the lower ribs and pulling your chest forward and down in towards the navel. The gaze stays low across the room at the wall, near the bottom of the wall. And we'll end with the left leg in. Pull the right leg in to press them together. And we open arms and legs, so keep your gaze down. Never look up towards your toes. Embrace this in. Because if you do, your head will start to fall back. Out of the upper ab curl, you'll lose the ab work and challenge yourself with more overload into the neck. Not a good thing. So stretch the fingers, stretch the feet, pull it back, and one more time. Embrace it in, and then rest your head down. Turn your head side to side. And then we're rolling forward and up, maybe hands to the thighs. So you can lift the head, kick the legs forward a little bit, come up, and now we roll back for scissors. So arms forward, curl the tail up, imprint your spine into the mat. One vertebra follows after the next. Upper ab curl, pull the legs in. Lift your right leg up high to the ceiling, grab hold of the ankle or as high up as you can go. The left leg extends forward, and we inhale to switch the legs. Pull one back, and the other one stretches out. Soft point for the toes. You really want to think more of reaching through the metatarsals, the balls of your feet. So that over pointing the feet, which would cause cramps in most of us. When the leg comes back, give it a little tug, try to feel that stretch in the back of your leg. And the legs move at the same time in opposite directions. So reciprocal movement. We'll end with the left leg up, the right leg forward, hands behind the head, bring your right leg up to the left. Pull the elbows forward, down, and in. For a deeper upper ab curl, the shoulder blades widen on your back. And we slide the feet forward. Just a few inches for the increased load in the abdominal wall. Exhale, pull the belly deep and lift the legs up. And again. Try to use your hands, thumbs near the base of the occipital ridge, to lift the head and tip it forward, stretching the back of your neck and making it as vertical as you can be. Remember, to get that up high, you cannot be laying back on the top of your shoulders. Press it away, not so low that the back arches, just that it sort of wants to try to, and then you retrace the steps, pull the legs back up to the sky. One more reach. The belly is fully loaded there. Lift it up, and now twist to the right, and then twist to the left. So it's an upper ab curl plus a twist. Try to pull the armpit towards the upper inner thigh. So you're making this active and not just like a side bend from one side of the room to the other. Will you lift and rotate around your own axis? Will you push the leg forward? Keep that leg hip down as much as possible. We're going to end to the left and then center to rest. Plug the knees in tight. And now with one hand on each knee, you can relax them away a little bit. We're doing these stirs, circling the knees here. They move away from each other and towards each other, and then reverse the direction. So working for hip mobility and giving your low back a little massage and your neck a chance to relax. All right, and then rolling forward and up again. For spine stretch, the legs will open. Here's a good one if your hamstrings or the back line of your body is tight, for you to elevate yourself and sit upright on the yoga block or a stool or even a chair, depending on how tight it is. Otherwise, you can always just like softly bend the knees, but be sure whichever variation you choose that you're right up on your sits bones. Let's today lift the arms up towards the ceiling, palms face in, and then turn the palms back. Imagine holding a ball, look up at the ball and scoop it across the sky. So you waterfall backwards over a line across the body on the back, which would be the tip of your blades. The lower part of the body is vertical, and then the shoulders fall behind you. Turn the palms forward, look forward, and then look down. Come up, up, and around an imaginary beach ball to dive forward, to stretch your back. The tail curls up as the head curls down. Press down through your legs and zip your back up. Come all the way up, turn the palms back, take that little upper back extension. See if you can feel the blades like move down your back towards your tail as you take the arms behind you. And then turn the palms forward, and then as you bring the arms forward, feel the blades widen on your back and move a little bit up. Curve over and down again. Now imagine you're wrapped around that beach ball and it starts to slowly roll up the front of your body to lift your waist, to lift your ribs, to lift your chest, to lift your chin, and lift the eyes. And over again. Hold onto your feet, your ankles, your calves, whatever you can reach. And then pull back with the waist, feel that stretch in your back. And then we're coming up for open leg, balance and rock arm. So move forward towards the front of your mat. Hands between your legs, hold up to the top of your ankles. Pull the waist back, you're going to pelvic tuck and lift the feet up. We'll extend the right leg up, stretch the legs, straighten it. Exhale, pull it back down, and now the left extends. The shoulder falls, the head may rotate a little bit to the outside of the leg. Do another set like this. Right leg up and out, hold it back down, and then the left. Reach here, exhale, retract, both. Up they go, hands more to the back of the calves, slide the hands inward, the arms inside the legs, and again, lift and hold. We're going to look at the abs, bend your knees as you need to. Easier to hold onto the back of your thighs, and we will curl the tail to start the movement. Roll back to your shoulder blades, hips in the air, come forward and up. Pull the belly back to hold your balance. That's good. Roll back. Here we go, and then exhale, forward and up. You should have enough padding under your back for all of these rolling exercises, and that will vary on the surface of the floor, and also, your tenderness in your back. So we're going to come up, lower the feet, and let's here move into, let's go onto our stomach squat. So swing legs around. And we're taking the hands sort of by your chest wall. Elbows are up and back behind you. The feet are lengthened out, toes soft, still down. Pull back through the heel behind the elbows, propel the gaze forward, the chest forward. Come up, pulling the elbows in close to the side of your waist, and then bring yourself down. Look down at the end. Pull the mat behind you to pull the chest forward. The heart goes up, the eyes go up. The heel of your head pushes the mat forward and away from you. And down you go. Try to really think of curling the tail towards the ground as you pull up and forward. And then this is a lift of the upper back. But we're not taking it into the low back. And release it back down. Take the arms forward and prop yourself up on your forearms. We're going to add in a single and double leg kick here today. So you want to almost find a little traction. Pull back with the elbows. Get a little tug forward away from the pubic bone. And we kick the right heel in 1 and 2. Lower it down in the left. Pulse 1 and 2. Bring it down in the right. Eyes and chest are up and forward. You're pushing the mat down and back. So you don't want to forget, and in the effort of kicking the legs and stretching up the quads, keeping the pelvis sort of grounded and level on the mat, you don't want to just collapse your body down, slumping into the ground for resistant gravity and trying to stretch the abdominal wall. One more, ending with the left, and then the leg is down. We're going to lower ourselves down and overlap the hands on the lower rib cage. Head turns to the right. So you take your hands on your back above your waist if you can. And let the elbows fall. Take a deep breath in to lengthen the spine, head to tail. As you exhale, we'll take both legs in 3 times, pulsing 1, 2, 3. When you first learn this, the arms go down. The arms go back in parallel across the ceiling. Try to reach your fingers towards your heels as you lift your chest up, your eyes up, and then bring it back down, turning your head to the left. 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. As your chest opens up, you'll end up like hooking the thumbs together by keeping the wrist straight. Pull the fingers back towards your heels and squeeze the blades together behind your back. You can use the sides of your arms to do that as you lift the chest. Exhale, take it down and look to your right. A little soft and kick. 1 and 2, 3. Down again, arms back. You choose the position of your arms, but really try to press into the ribcage with the side of the arms to open up the front of the shoulders. Down again to look to your left, and we pulse again here. Pumping, 2, 3. As you lift the chest, you look forward. Try to bring your gaze up the wall towards the ceiling. Even lift your eyes if you can't lift your chest anymore. And then go back down. Hands by your shoulders. Push back and into child's pose. Round your back here. Curve your spine. Head sinks down low. And then stack your spine bottom to top. We're going to move into shoulder bridge. Okay, so it's helpful if this is difficult for your knees to take a ball between your thighs. And then you can roll back. You take the ball above your knees, below the pelvis, and have your feet a little in front of your knees, about anywhere from like 6 to 10 inches away from your sits bones. So the arms lengthened at your side. We begin with a pelvic tuck. So spread your toes, press down into your feet, curl the tail up to the waist sinks into the mat. And then you lift the tail forward and up, the knees slide forward. You're pushing the knees forward. Now here you want to roll to the outer arm and let the top of the shoulders roll externally and push down into the mat. So you can lift the sternum up, the blades pull together underneath you, and then boost the butt up, use your glutes. Try to feel some work on the inside edges of your leg and some weight into the big toe, right? So we're up at the top here, an extension of the spine and hip extension also. Now to roll out of it, roll to the inner arm. The shoulders curve in and forward. Then you can drape the upper back down, stretching it out. Go down and try to feel the right and left side of the body touch the mat simultaneously. You're going to roll your spine out at the end. So you rock over the sacrum as the tail lowers, the waist floats up off the mat. And we'll do that again, beginning with the pelvic tuck. The tail moves forward and up. The knees glide forward here. Hips up, shoulders down. Lift the chest and sort of spread the front of the body open as you push down into the lateral arm and the top of the shoulders. Push up with the hips, push down with anything touching the mat, your palms, your fingers, your elbows, your triceps, your feet. And then roll it down. You roll to the inner arm, the back broadens as the chest narrows. You curve your spine down, vertebra by vertebra, come all the way down, sequencing the spine until the tail settles towards the ground. We're going to lift one more time, maybe bring the feet in a little closer. And as we go up, we're going to get ready to march. So we start with the pelvic tuck. Press the back into the ground as the lower back lifts up. And then from here, first we practice just pulling the right knee up and lifting through the knee to keep the hip from dropping. So our goal is to have like a flat line across the front of the pelvic halves, and that has the butt drop, right? So then we lower the foot down, roll through the foot, push into that foot, and then we're picking the left leg up, pick up the knee, lift the knee to lift the left hip, hold it there, and then lower the foot. If the hip is dropped, here's your chance to use both glutes to lift both hips, and then roll your spine out of it, the shoulders curve up, and in, you imprint your spine down, come all the way down. So we're actually gonna do something here to figure out like, how do you keep your hips up and level? So one way is, of course, just to imagine, which is really true, that the right side of the body is cantilevered off the left because so many of the muscles in our body go across the body, either straight across, not that many, but most of them like on a diagonal. So when you're up in your shoulder bridges, do it, curve on up. You can say sort of the left side being the support for cantilevering the right side out, free in the air. So you pick up your right leg and try to feel like the muscles on the right side of your body pulling that, sorry, on the left side of the body, pulling the right hip up a little bit. And then lower the foot. And we now think about the right leg is going to be grounded. Pick up the left knee and try to feel the right muscles pulling the left side up and across to the right to hold the hip up in the air. And then lower the foot down and roll your spine out. And another way to think about it is to go up and then just by having the energy to reach up through the knee or the foot eventually, lifting the hip for you. So we're going up again. So shoulder bridge up, stand in both feet, stand in both arms. Then the right knee lifts and you pull the knee up towards the ceiling a little bit. You end up with a push to the glute, lift the foot and then reach the foot, try to touch the toe to the ceiling. See how that elevates that right hip. Bend the knee and lift through the knee. And then lower the foot. Check out your hip. And we're doing the same thing on the other side. So we push into the right foot, we pick up the left knee, pick the knee up so the hip is lifted slightly, lift the foot, lift through the toes, push down with your right foot and your arms, and then bend the knee, pick the knee up, the left hip is higher, lower the foot, push through both feet, square off the hips, and then roll the spine down, come all the way down. So that's a hard thing, right? So it takes some practice to figure out like what muscles can actually assist you with that. Because if you just go up and take the foot off the ground, chances are that the pelvis is just going to like slant and fall on the side that you've lost the support on. But we want to remember the whole body is like a little bit more like a tensegrity system. And so you can use other parts of the body to help you maintain the shape in the air. Also, we can go down one more time into a bridge, go down, and then let's just keep both feet on the ground. Roll the spine up, and then tip the right side down a little bit, and then press through your feet and pull the right side up. So let's do that again. So let the hip and the waist fall to the right. You get a little rotation through the middle of your body. Now notice which muscles pick it up. Those are the same muscles that are going to hold the hip up when the foot is off the ground, right? So rotate to the right, pull the right hip up, pick up the knee, see if you get those muscles to still fire, lower the foot, and now let's lower the spine down. Could you guys all feel that? Yes. All right. So now same for the left. We're going to roll up, bridge up, stand into your feet, and then rotate the left hip down. See how some of the abdominal walls, like abdominal muscles, and part of the abdominal wall, like lengthened when that left hip dropped. Now those muscles are going to pull to lift the hip up. So we're going to rock the left hip down. The right side is higher. Even the left ribs fall a little bit lower to the ground, and then pull the left side up, using the muscles mainly across the front of your body, right? And tip the left side down, then pull it up. So we're going to tip it down one more time, pull it up, and then when it's level, so think of those muscles working, pick up your left knee, lower the foot, feel like the hips can be more even, and then roll your spine down. All right, very nice. So let's pull up to sitting, and let's just do a little bit of clown here. So stretch out onto your right side and support your head with your hands, or if you wish, lay your arm down, lay your head down on your arm. Left hand in front of your chest wall. Press that in. You're stacked right on your side seam, edges of the feet together. Now we're going to rotate from the hip socket in the crease here between pelvis and leg. Spiral the knee up without shifting the pelvis back. And exhale, close that back down. This is a good one to practice against the wall. Or you could even just take your hands on your hip bone to be sure that the pelvis doesn't sink back while you lift the knee and it stays in position while you lower. One more. Rotates externally to lift up and come down. Now we're going to pick up the knee, extend the legs, straighten it, bend the knee, the edges of the feet go right back where you got them, and then close the knee down. So you lift the knee. As you extend the leg, do not drop the thigh. Hold it in the air, and then bend the knee, holding the thigh just where it was all along. Now lower it down. So again, rotate externally, extend the knee, stretch, bend the knee, and then lower down. Now fire hydrant is next, picking the leg up and bringing it down. You're just opening the angle here. We're working through the glute medius and stretching the inner thigh muscles. And again, we're holding the hips stacked. We don't want to roll back just in order to get the leg up higher. We're going to really work through the muscles that we need to support the inner and outer hip. Good, one last one. Everyone feel that in their lateral leg, yes? Me too. All right, so we're going to the other side. Spin around. Oh, just saw the Irish shirt. Thank you for being,
I got cupcakes too.
oh, you're kidding me.
Yes.
That is so sweet. Thank you.
Everybody over 21.
Yes.
Oh, you can't have it.
If you're good at Irish, right? You must see Bailey's in it, I'm sure. So,
Cream cheese.
oh,
Cream cheese.
So rotate
And
up.
Guinness.
An addictive substance.
exactly. So pull the knee up and then bring it back down. So lift and exhale lower. Bring it up and exhale down. See, everyone should come to class and take it down. Again, hips stay stacked. Then we'll pull the knee up, extend the leg, bend the knee, and lower. The knee rises, stretch the leg up, bend, and exhale down. Rotate, extend, fold, and close. One more like this. Knee lifts, straighten the knee, fold the knee, exhale lower, and then pick up the leg, fire hydrant, and bring it down. We lift and lower. Looking straight ahead. You know, every once in a while you can look at your leg, but you're really trying to keep the neck long, front, back, and side, while you work here into the muscles around the hip and the leg. Right. And then let's just lay on your backs. Pull the knees into your chest. Rock a little side to side. And then we can roll up to sitting, and we're good for tomorrow. Everyone, thank you so much. Great job. Welcome back to campus. Here we are again, and it's like a gorgeous day finally, right?